Reggie here, I mean, he's actually got pretty nice feet. They're quite a bit bigger. What is he? Oh, well, so the Friesian is where the feet come from. Not the Arab for sure.
Yeah.
He's got really big, he's got a lot bigger feet. Dimensionally wise, you know, round shape. Just bigger, they look more like grassy feet or Mustang feet. Or Spanish Mustang feet. Used to look like that a lot. So generally they have pretty nice feet. They got good concavity. Now this would be the first time I've trimmed them because every time I get to look at him, he's been over trimmed. Making them shorter doesn't help, it just makes it worse. So you gotta wait for him to grow out again and then start from there, whatever it happens to be. But he's been getting more and more off in the arena, and so that hasn't gone over well. Every time he gets trimmed, he can't do anything for weeks. So I understand the situation, right? Now see, today, I'm really not going to do a whole lot with that. Now, the previous trimmer was like taking off a ½ inch all the way around the foot. Which just put him in dirt, put his sole right there, right on the ground. Right, so immediately he's not feeling like he wants to walk over anything that's a pebble. Right. Yeah. His bars are a little overgrown. It's gonna sound like a broken record. This frog's a little overgrown here. See the red and the pink there? He's got a bruise right in there. Probably from when his foot was really short. Put his sole on the ground, put his frog real close to the ground. You know, all those things. Well, they makes their feet tender, and then they don't want to, whoever's riding them, you know, they can't do anything because their horse is sore. So, I mean, the kind of trimming I'm doing is balancing and trying to just maintain what's not wearing, you know, 100% like it should, and calling it good. Now it's been, I don't know, I think it's been 6 weeks or something since he was trimmed the last time. Now he's grown back just enough foot to be, to start to maintain maybe. Now the next time I might trim more. Really depends on, have to see what he does. You know, how much he wears off his foot, what kind of balance he maintains, those kind of things the next time. Got no, this is the first time I've trimmed him, so I really don't have any history on him, like I said, other than looking at him after he's been trimmed by somebody else going, well, he's really short. Sorry. Call me in 6 weeks. Right here. Scared him a little bit. Thought he was going to get whacked in the nose or something. Yep, so. As I said, there's no, even with what I'm doing, I mean, there's a pattern more or less, but you still have to work with what you have, or what the horse has. You know, I'm trying find a place that you can balance them up, get them evened out, and let them try and maintain that. If they get much drier, that's going to be hard to trim. Surprising, he's it's as soft as it is. He lives on a dirt paddock, so has he been over here all day or something or what?
He's been over with your horses.
Well, I know where he's been. Did
No,
you just go get him?
He came over just a few months ago.
Cool.
So hoof softness changes?
Yep, with dry. The dry ground sucks the moisture out of the foot, and they'll seal up. They'll get like a glaze on them, and you can't, I mean, it's hard to even scratch. You know, real dry, deserty conditions, you know, which we don't really have. But even here, they get, you know, if they're on this, like out here all the time, and don't have access to the pasture where it's irrigated, they get really hard and dry. The horses over in the dirt pen, their feet are pretty dry, hard. The only thing that changes that is if they stand in the, you know, by the feeders where if they stand in the manure and kind of pack some manure in there, the moisture in the manure will soften their feet up. Which, you know, it's not enough to hurt anything, but it makes it easier to trim. But I mean, I've taken my horses east and watched him left here, gone over there, roped all the next day, came back and, you know, gathered cows first out of the desert, and then roped all day till 7 o'clock at night, loaded them back in the trailer and came home, and they were fine. So why he was getting a, you know, a ½ inch trimmed off his foot all the time is just it's a pattern. That's how it's just how they trim. Right? Don't pay attention to what's going on with the horse. That's what we take off. You can take it down to the sole. They trim it off like you're going to put a shoe on, because you add a ½ inch back onto the foot when you put a shoe back on. Right? And you can't do that with a barefoot horse, and I expect them to actually operate. You aren't going to poop on me, are you? You wouldn't dare. No, don't step in the bucket. Looks like he's had an old abscess here underneath this big old fat bar. There's no bar here. There's bar here, but nothing here. So this has been a problem. This has come out or broke out or abscessed out or something went on there in the past. It's growing back, but see, he's a little hard compared to the front. Earlier about rasping. Well, you know, when you can't cut it with a knife, you can generally always rasp it off. But it's really hard to do anything in the foot, you know, in the concavity of the foot with a flat tool. One's right, one's right, one's left. So this one's right, I guess, this one's left. But I'm not left-handed, so I just do it this way. But it gets, you know, it gets my hand out of the middle of the foot. My hand's always on the outside of the foot, so it's not in the way. I don't create some, you know, strange angle in the foot because my hand's in the way. Okay, what this one? Gee, it's got a big rock in it. Maybe he wanted that out of there. Front feet were pretty good. His hind feet, this one was probably his worst foot. This big lump in here is all hard bar. And it's been pushing up into his foot. I don't know if you can. So there's a little bit of corrective trimming going on here rather than just maintenance. But see, just like the other side, on the outside of that other hind foot, right in this same area, see where it's real black and there's a lot of bar here, but there's nothing here. Mm-hmm. So he's abscessed here too. You know, and that's leaving too much of this hard material here for them to walk on, then shortening the rest of the foot around it. So it really puts a lot of pressure on that hard. This is actually wall. It comes around, makes this corner and comes in. So this is the same material as out here. It's really hard. But when it lays over, it gets too long, it starts putting a lot of pressure up into the foot. So then they can bruise and then they'll abscess. And now if I were to leave that lump there, trim this all down, make it shorter, that would put even more pressure on that. All right, so really makes them sore. A little more difficult to see now with a little more different colors, but now I got this foot, see, same place on the right hind right here. You know, that's just somebody not doing what they should have been doing for the horse. Maybe he doesn't trim bars. You know, we don't touch them. There's a lot of that. You know, there's all kind of things. But, I don't know. Don't do that. A lot of horses, you don't really have to do much on there, but you know, if they need something done there, you need to do it. Just because one does or don't doesn't mean they all don't. So his front feet, see, they're a little short in the toe. See this distance to the ground here is a little bit short compared to the back, right? So this hairline angle then is a little bit shallower. If you can see that one in the back there, it's steeper. And actually he's a lot better than he was 6 weeks ago. I mean, 6 weeks ago this was even shorter.
Because of the trim. Then.
Yeah, they wax so much off. So I said, oh, so the next time, see now, I'd be hoping for his front feet to look more like that. Grow a little bit more toe, grow a little bit more foot out. Might have to trim a little off the heel to get, you know, the right kind of look. Like right now he's a little bit toe loaded. His toes are short, so he's going to be a little over on his toes. So he'll weight them and wear them more than the heel. Anyway, so then for this kind of thing, it's important to pay attention to keep the heels down, so to get him back on his heel and off his toe. Right.
Right here on both hind feet, it was all abscessed out.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, well, there's none of that anymore. Yeah, he had a big void, like right here someplace. I mean, it's nice and clean, healthy now, so can't complain about that. Yeah, well, there's hardly anything to do. I mean, a little balancing, a little bit of tuning up here. I mean, the bars haven't. See, there's a, you know, a wear-maintained bar, right? It's just, I didn't do hardly anything to this one, but like right here in the middle, it's a little bit high. But it's still well in the concavity of the foot, so it's not protruding out of the foot, it's not walking on it. It's in good shape. Still, if you compare right to left foot, I mean, they really look pretty much the same right now. Like I said, you know, he's got, I'll deal with this, fair bit of concavity. I mean, that's really pretty good for any front foot. That amount of concavity in the foot. Right. So, like I said, he's worn his, look here now, see, he's worn his toe just a little bit excessively because the heels are too high. How short it is there in between the rasp and
Yeah, there's a gap between
there's
the
a gap
rasp.
there.
Trying to get daylight. There's daylight.
Okay. So, I mean, all in all, it's way better. You know, and the look of his feet's way better, but you know, still got to maintain